It's lit, baby. Friday Night Gaming Podcast, episode 35. It's your boy, Trigon411. And before we get to our co-host, please understand that he records the pod completely naked, G. And you can find them photos on his OnlyFans, you dig?
I moved that shit to TikTok to get risky.
That fire TikTok, though?
That fire TikTok.
What's going on, man? Let's do this.
Let's do it, buddy. We on episode 35, man.
Yeah, episode 35.
It only took like 3 years to get here, but
3 years. 10 episodes a year. Let's go.
We had 35. Man, what's going on, bro?
Hey, nothing, man. Tell the people. Listen, I'm feeling good. I came close to that God status on Rocket League, but we'll talk about that. But okay. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'll get into it, but I don't want to call it a clear, but it was a good amount of hours put into to make it happen. But we'll get into that.
Hey,
but
there it is.
What's going on, everybody else? You can find me at twitter.com/Scythex_, twitch.tv/Scythex, and Trigon. Did you mention yourself yet?
Nah, not yet. You can find me on Twitter at Trigon411. You can find me on twitch.tv/Trigon411. Go ahead and drop me them bits and sub to the guy. You know what I mean? You can also find us on Instagram at FNG Podcast. You can also find the podcast Twitter at FNG Podcast _. Download us on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. Drop the like, leave a comment. You can also download us on iOS, Android, all that stuff. Spotify even. Shout out to Joe Budden. Coming to SoundCloud soon, you dig? With that fire freestyle at the end. Bruh. Anyway, we're going to dive right into this thing. Episode 35. We got a great show in store for you. We got about 1.5 topics, so we don't know how we're going to make this last 4 hours, but hey, we're going to do what we can do, baby. So, Sai, go ahead and tell the people what happened last night, Playboy. We actually recording this on Saturday, so we getting closer to that Friday night game. You dig?
that actually brings up something that we need to talk about later. Yeah. With the whole wrap up. But anyways,
facts. Yeah.
So last night we had a rare occurrence. We had not only a full FNG squad, but we had a full extended FNG squad as Fly Life himself.
Hey, shout out to Fly. Let's go.
Yo, it's lit. Fly Life himself joined our squad of Try, Shanza, Pac, and myself.
Hell yeah.
And I think it's the first time he literally played with the whole squad.
That's a fact.
He played with us a lot for Warzone, but we never, because no other game had the opportunity to have 5 players at once, right?
Hey, Pac, shout out to Pac. He's in the chat.
Pac,
let's go.
What's good?
We stay lit, all that ish. I mean, let's get it.
Facts. But so Fly ended up joining us, and we just had a friggin' blast, dude. We didn't even do like any real game. I mean, I don't want to say they weren't real games, because I feel like as fun as they were, we were actually like playing kind of sweaty.
No, yo, we was playing
trying to
straight
beat
up.
each other.
Nah,
Because
some of the games was straight sweat, and I mean, other
yeah,
the games like it
facts.
was like domination, but a lot of the games was straight sweat, man, because the teams were like split up pretty good. And then when we moved them bots, shout out to Samara, when we moved them bots to All Stars, it got a little bit better.
That
So
fire Raja though.
shout out to
We had some
that AI.
interesting bots in our teams, man.
Yeah,
That
sometimes they
was
actually went
that was
against
an
us.
adventure. Yeah, that was an adventure for sure.
It was like
But
iRobot.
yeah, no, we played Rocket League. We were 5 deep. We had a bot kind of fill in, but we were 3v3 pretty much all night, and it was a
Yeah,
blast, man. We had
nah,
random
that was dope.
teams. I think we flipped the teams after every match or every other
Yeah,
match, but
we pretty, even when we tried to run it back same teams, we ended up flipping them because none of us knew what we were doing.
yeah.
But
People
that's
forgetting
how it
like what
goes.
color team they're on or
Yeah.
whatever. So but
Hell yeah.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Fly for actually downloading Rocket League. It only took him
Hell
like
yeah.
20 years. I feel like we've been mentioning it forever, but he
Hell
did
yeah.
it and he's enjoying it, and I can I can say this dude's got the itch. You
Oh,
don't try
hell yeah.
you don't try to play the training and say you're not
Yeah,
hooked to
nah,
this
that's a
game.
fact. That's a fact, G.
So
When you in the training, you definitely trying to go ham.
yeah.
Dead facts. I haven't even done. I've only done like a couple training things, like a couple times. I'm not, and I got 300
I did
hours
it.
on the game.
I felt inspired. I had to do it.
Yeah, nah, the trainings
So
are actually dope, but I just never.
I'm
I
trying
never
to
really
get
go in
better.
there.
I'm trying to get better at the aerials, and even in the
Yeah,
training, like the ball doesn't move and I'm flying all over the place missing, and I'm
yeah,
like,
that's
bruh,
facts.
I get so
Yeah,
frustrated. I'm like,
hell yeah.
and you know what happened a lot of times?
Hey, shout out to Pops. Hey,
Yo,
Pops,
let's go. SO in
what's
the
going on? That's the
building.
Tarek 51. Let's go.
But yo, you know what was happening a lot, and I'll get back to Friday, but a lot of times I would actually make the correct hit and get the goal, but I was so used to failing, I would hit the reset button. You know what I'm saying?
Automatically, yeah.
Automatically, and I'll score the goal and hit the reset button. I'm like, God damn it! Now I got to do it again.
Damn,
I
that's
would be
crazy. Yeah, that's
so mad.
crazy. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, no. So Friday we had a full squad. It was a blast. Pac did his thing. Shanza did his thing.
Yeah,
At
Pac had
times
an Pac MVP the team one time, and y'all won. So shout out to him.
facts.
For real. That's dope.
Yeah, there was a team. I think it was me. It was me, Pac, and Shanza, right? And we
Yeah.
scraped you. Thoughts?
I mean, y'all. I mean, it was me and Fly. It was actually 3v2, but we were beating y'all
bro.
2-0. Y'all came back
Nah, fam.
and
You
beat us
had
like 3-2, but that's
you
fine.
had Raja on your team, bro.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was 3v2, but still.
Thoughts? Anyways, but yeah, no.
Oh
Friday night was a blast. We had a full squad. And now that like we're all hooked on Rocket League again, I feel like it'll become a norm. And
Yeah,
maybe we can actually get a 6, and because that would be lit, and then we could just go, balls to the wall all night. And
hell yeah, that would be fire. That'd be fire.
But let's get into some this week in gaming. So kick it off.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like Sai just talked about, I've been playing Rocket League. We've been playing Rocket League Friday nights. I just beat Ghost of Tsushima. Shout out to me, right?
Hey,
I got the
look at this guy.
Hey, I'm beating games. Got one game beat this year.
Yo, the dude bot. That's right, Pac. The dude bot.
Oh, dude bot. Yeah, dude bot was trash.
Dude. Yo, dude.
Nah, I beat Ghost of Tsushima. I actually got the platinum on that. That's my 5th plat on PlayStation since I got the PS4. So that was dope. I actually suggested that I play Battlefront 2 because he said the story was fire. So far, it's been crazy. I just started Battlefront 2.
I'm so happy you started playing that.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be streaming that for anyone who's interested. Streaming Battlefront 2. I'm trash at it because I'm on a mouse and keyboard, but nonetheless, the game is actually fire. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's actually an amazing story so far. the chick, I don't even remember her name. I'm sorry. Like she's dope. She's like a badass. Like
It's Eden or something like that.
Yeah, Eden. Eden something like
Eden
yeah,
with a V. Verse something.
yeah,
Verse.
yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, nah, she's a badass. So the game is actually fire, and I'm enjoying it. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. So I'm just focused on Rocket League, and then Battlefront 2, and that's what I'm rocking on. Side, what you playing, bro?
Rocket League, obviously, and I've been doing a lot of Cold War multiplayer. I've just been having fun with it, and you know what's weird to me? Like I'll play Warzone. I'll get bodied. I don't know what it is. It's probably because we don't play it regularly like we regularly like we used to, but
yeah,
I just don't have the reaction or the strats or whatever it is. It's not like I'm getting a couple kills and dying. And then I'll switch over to Cold War multiplayer and I'll drop a 30 bomb, you know what I'm saying? It's like
nah,
it's a different animal. It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, me and Shanto were talking about that. It's like he said he's still down to play the multiplayer, but he's like the Warzone is just like it's weird to run around for like 15 minutes and then have some dude sneak up on you and you're dead. Like or drop a kill and
it gets frustrating for sure.
Yeah.
But I finally completed Spider-Man the remastered version on PS5.
100%.
And this is what I was kind of getting to before. It's not a game clear, but it's almost equivalent to a game clear because I feel like the hours matched up to almost the game. Because the DLC
how long did it take you?
The DLC was 3 chapters. Each chapter I want to say was like 3 to 4 hours long. So it was, if you combine the whole DLC, which was a continuous story between the 3 chapters, it was all one story leading to like the finale. It was like a full-fledged game basically. So I'm not going to count it as a clear, but it's pretty damn close to being a clear. It was like 10 hours almost, and it was nice to go to the menu and see 100% completion on 4 different categories of the game. So we got that done, and now I can shift my focus to Miles Morales.
Hey, that Miles is. I can't wait for you to stream that because I want to check that out. I heard it was fire.
You know what I'm most excited for about that? The music. I feel like the soundtrack in that game is going to be incredible.
No, I've heard it was actually mad good for sure.
But there's a couple things on our minds, and let's get to try. What's on your mind, buddy?
Hey, listen, man. This is something that's been on my mind for a couple of weeks, and I've always thought about this in the back of my mind, and so it goes to like the hardcore gaming enthusiast versus the casual gaming enthusiast. So you're playing a game, you get to a point where you can't get past a certain level, a certain board, what have you, and you're like, you have 2 options. Either you can look it up, and now, like back in the day, you had the gaming guides, all that shit, magazines,
get the magazine,
yeah, and so you could buy a strategy guide and literally use that to figure it out. But now they literally have anything you want to know in any game. You can find it at the tip of your fingertips. You go on YouTube, boom, it's there. It tells you exactly what to do. My question is this: are you considered a fraud if you look something up, or are you considered a hardcore enthusiast if you don't look things up? And to answer my own question, I would say it depends, because for me, I actually don't respect people who get to a point in the game and then they look something up when you're supposed to figure it out. Versus, I get people who like. I mean, I guess I'm somewhat of a hypocrite, but like when I got to Ghost of Tsushima, in order to plat it, you had to find these 10 shrines and bow to them in the game. The map is huge, and so I looked up where the shrines were, because in order to find them on my own, I would have to search every inch of the map, and it would have taken me another 40 hours.
I did that. I did that with Zelda. There's a lot of shrines in Zelda and like a lot of random things, and I had to look it up because it would have took me hours to
Nah, that's what I'm
find
saying. Like
something.
and to me, that's okay because you're talking about just like I'm doing something outside of the game, like something that's I'm trying to do to get the platinum. So it's a completion thing. It's not an integral, like you don't even have to do that in the game. But when it comes to like a boss fight
Mhm.
or something like that, I'm almost like figure it out on your own. Like I don't when people are like, oh, I looked up how to beat that boss and did it. I'm kind of like, not that I don't respect it. I mean, I honestly I don't really respect it, but at the same time, I'm like, people nowadays, I feel like anyone who's playing, especially these young generations, like they get to a point and they're like, look it up, like immediately look it up because they
Yeah.
don't have the wherewithal, the determination. And I'm like, yo, I will literally play something. I'll play something 100 times before I look it up. Like eventually, to get things done, I'll look something up. But if it's like if I can't beat a boss, I refuse to look it up and I'll just try to figure it out. But that's just me. And I'm not saying my way is the right way, but I feel like people don't look things, people are quick to look anything and everything up now. And there's no like resiliency in gaming and there's no like push through to kind of figure things out. But I feel like that's reflected in our society, which is a larger point. But I don't want to make this a 2-hour pod, but yeah, that's what's on my mind.
Nah, I'll agree with that because, and I'm probably a hypocrite too, in the sense of how you put it, where, like I said with Zelda, there's plenty of times where, like, and I did it with Horizon for a lot of things. Like, there was a point in time where you had to get like the armor in Horizon that regenerated
Yeah,
your health. You had to
yeah,
find four things to unlock like a dungeon. I forget what they actually called it in the game. The
yeah,
catacombs or something like that. And you had to complete the catacombs. I looked up where those four things were because I just
yeah,
wanted to go get the armor. But
yeah,
that was um it wasn't like I looked up how to beat the dungeon. I just
yeah,
looked up where to get the four things to open it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it was
Nah, I
like
feel you.
to find like an item. I feel like that's kind of okay. To look up how to beat a level or a boss, like you said, is kind of like, nah, that's you can't be doing
Yeah.
that. Um,
Nah, and I get it. And some people say you're a purist never looks anything up. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like if you want to spend 40 hours looking for like when you're looking, like if you're looking for an item, I'm not about to spend 40 hours because that completely takes away from the game. But like not being able to beat a boss to me doesn't take away from the game. It is the game. So
yeah.
anyway, nah, I feel what you're saying.
And
You know,
like the another thing I look up a lot, and I know you try to not do it, and you probably don't do it. Um, I look up hours. I don't look up
oh
like
yeah.
how to beat a chapter, but I look up how many chapters there are and where I am in the game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Nah,
cause for
but nah,
some
many
reason,
people do that.
for some reason, especially when it's like a long story game, I need to
Yeah,
know where the finish line is because that helps me push to it. Because if I
yeah,
don't know and I feel like I'm just endlessly walking around, I
yeah.
lose interest. I'm like, I'm getting crazy with this game. I need to stop and play something else. But
Nah, I feel you.
it's just something that I need to do.
Yeah, nah, and see with me, the only reason I don't do it is because I like to be surprised by things, and like I know, like yeah, I just like to I like to not know anything about what I'm doing as far as the story is concerned. So even
But
like how many hours
right,
it takes me, because
yeah, I
I
get
like
it.
to
I
be
get it.
surprised, but it is hard. But
Yeah, I get it.
hey,
It's just I don't know, for some reason I need to know how long this game is. But
Pop Pop said Esoteric 51 said that's called cheating.
what? Knowing where
What
the
what
end is?
what do you mean, Esoteric, when you look up how to beat a boss, or when you look up where an item is? I'm curious as to
Or
what he's
knowing how
referring to,
long a game is? Like, is that what he's calling
or
cheating?
knowing how long the game is. I wonder what he's referring to as far as
Yeah, I'm not sure.
cheating. You know,
We can revisit when he answers, but I'll just get into
yeah,
what's on my mind, and I'll just keep
hey,
it kind of quick. But
yeah.
we had casting for the Last of Us TV series get announced.
Ah,
Either yet was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday and the day before they
yeah.
had a back-to-back casting calls.
Mhm.
So it looks like The Last of Us is moving forward pretty quickly. They're assembling the cast. Um, I'm so excited for this show. It is,
Yo, Spartacus, what's up,
yo,
bro?
Spartacus Wood is good. I'm so excited for this show, and I know we have some thoughts, but I think the casting they got it right. I think the casting they got it right. Pokemon Go on your mind, this guy,
Yeah,
this freaking
shout out to
guy.
Shansa.
Yo,
Oh
facts.
man,
I think Pedro Pascal's gonna kill it as Joel. The dude plays Mando in Mandalorian. He has such a wide range of acting skills and the different roles that he plays. I feel like he's gonna crush it as Joel. And honestly, Joel is kind of like the easy character to play. Like you're just a
yeah,
beaten down dude that lost everything. But
yeah,
I think he'll kill it. Um, the Ellie casting is intriguing because I could see kind of where she looks like Ellie in some form, but I
yeah.
don't really know too much about her, and I feel like you would probably know more because I think she's a Game of Thrones star.
Oh really?
Yeah, what the hell was her name?
Ellie, let me see. Ellie.
Last of Us series. It was Bella something. Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey is from
Huh.
Game of Thrones. I never watched the series. I'm not a big fan of Game of Thrones. I've
Hmm.
tried multiple times to watch it, so I can't really comment on her as an actress. But
Oh, Lyanna Moore. She was Lyanna Mormont. Oh, she was dope. She was actually doping. She was like the young chick who, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Lyanna Mormont. She was the young chick who, like, all of the men died in her family, so she basically took over. Baddest chicken. Yeah, she was dope. She was, that's actually a great role for her because she took over. Um, when all the men in her family died, she was like the head of an entire like kingdom. So that's
Oh, word.
actually, yeah, she was like a young princess, and like she ran her, and she was like 12 years old, and she ran and made decisions for her kingdom. Like that was a, yeah, that's actually a good casting.
Nice. Well, that's good to know because I knew nothing about her, and I was like, I had like no opinion really on her. But yeah, so Pedro and Bella, we got Joel and Ellie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think this series is only focusing on the first game's story of
yeah,
how I guess Ellie and Joel come together and go through the motions. I think as the series progress into the seasons, we're gonna get into part two, and that's where I'm gonna get curious on their casting, like who's gonna be Abby, like who's gonna be Abby's boyfriend, and like
yeah,
all the twists and turns of like those characters fighting each other. It's just gonna be,
yeah, yeah,
it's gonna be wild to see on TV. But
yeah.
yeah. So
Now they're going back to as Sarek said, the point the point is playing the game unaided on your own, but I'm very old school, so don't listen to me. Yeah. Now see, Pops is one of those purists who's like he's completely like unaided. He's like
mhm.
everything has to be done on your own, which I can actually obviously that's where I come from.
Yeah, no,
So
I completely get that.
I definitely respect that for sure.
I completely
Um
get it. And again,
and
like
yeah,
I never looked up anything to to help me beat the game. It was more of
yeah,
like after the fact of trying to, like you said, to plat something or to
yeah,
collect everything in a game after you've beaten the story. Um Ellie actress is amazing, stole the show. That's good,
Yeah,
man.
no, and the last thing I'll say, because I don't want to spend too long on this, but it's funny to me because so the casting thing, and I was trolling on Twitter because originally they said, I forget the guy's name, was a black dude that they were going to cast as Joel, and people were up.
I forget the first name.
Maharasa Ali. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were going to cast him as Joel, which he's actually a phenomenal actor. I love
He
that
is.
dude.
He's a fantastic actor.
And here's the funny part. I was trolling because people were like mad. And here's the thing: there's two types of people. There's people who were mad because they don't want to see a black actor in a role that's supposed to be for a white person based like on some racist stuff. And then there's people who are just like, which I don't get that part. I don't get being racist, but I do understand like it would be like like not to this extent, but you can't have Superman being played by a woman. Like, and it's not to that extent. You're talking about like Joel's character is like a beaten down white guy who sees Ellie as his daughter, who's also white. So I guess their whiteness is a part of the role.
It's the character, and you have to look the part, I feel like.
Yeah, like if he's
like for like Super Mario, two Italian plumbers, you're not gonna cast the dude that played Luke Cage, or you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's and that's, to me, it's a part of a larger. It's actually funny because I think you'll actually agree with me. It's a part of a larger conversation where you say to yourself, okay, people don't want to change the ethnicity of the character, but maybe what we should have done is change the ethnicity of the character to begin with. See, because if you look at it historically, all of these characters in video games and stuff are completely like, if you look at old school video games, every character is a white man. And so like that's what I think we have to look at. Like, and I'm not saying that just make everyone a different color and inject women just because, but we do have to think about that because people are like, well, James Bond can't be black. Like, but why not though? Like, when they created all these movies and stuff like that, you have people. I don't agree. The story has nothing to do with their skin color. People just want to get sad at whatever they can. Yeah, no, I feel you. But the irony, here's the irony, and then we can leave this topic. So I think there needs to be something considered for, okay, look at all these roles though. They're all white roles, so maybe we consider switching stuff up. And they're starting to do that now. They're starting to, like, if you look at the Uncharted spinoff, you have two women, one's Muslim, one's white woman. Like, so it's pretty cool. I like that stuff. So the irony is this: Pedro Pascal is a Chilean dude.
Right.
So
exactly.
He's not even a white dude. He's just, and this is, I guess, to Freddie's point, he can appear like an old white guy. So I get it's, but it is kind of ironic that people were mad about the black dude, but now they switched to a
people were getting
dude.
mad on a different level. I was never mad. I was just
I know.
He doesn't look like Joel.
No, that's another, and that's what I get. Like, I get, like, if you're gonna cast Shaquille O'Neal, I can't be Shaq. I'm 5'10", so it doesn't matter what I even look like. It's like I don't look like Shaquille O'Neal. It doesn't matter that I'm black. You know what I mean? So I totally understand what you're saying, but I was just trolling the people who were like, I don't want to see any more black guys. Like, you know. So anyway,
I get it.
But the casting is actually dope because Pedro's a beast. And the little girl.
I'm excited now. You guys got me excited about Bella.
Oh yeah,
Ellie,
she's actually gonna be dope.
I can't wait. I wonder who they're gonna cast as Joel's brother. That'll be an interesting. Yeah, that'll be an interesting discussion.
Yeah,
but we can get at that at another time for sure. But let's move on. Let's get into
let's.
some general topics, and I guess I'll keep it just quickly. I'll keep it in the TV entertainment realm, more so on the movie side, but this will just be quick. Jack Black was casted as Claptrap in the Borderlands movie. People are going crazy over this casting. Some are agreeing because he's a good actor, which I agree. Jack Black he's a fun actor. I think he'll be good in any role he'll play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying he's too funny to play this specific character. And I've never played Borderlands, so I can't really speak on the character of Claptrap. But I don't know. There's some people are uneasy about it.
Yeah. No, and I here's the thing. I'll listen. If anybody's uncomfortable with any casting, just tell me why, and then it'll give me a better understanding of like how to interpret it. Because I
guess Claptrap is more serious, and Jack Black is always like the comedic role.
Yeah. No, if Claptrap is serious, and then they're putting a comedian in, but there have been people who have played roles that I'm like, they can't get that off, and then they actually did. Like it was like, because Jamie Foxx was kind of considered a comedian, and then when he played, I don't know if you ever saw Ray. When he played
Ray was phenomenal, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But when he played Ray, it was like, oh my God, like he killed that serious role. So I feel like you got to give people a chance. But at the same time, I understand people like, yo, Jack Black's
and at the same time, Jim Carrey,
exactly.
he's a goofball, obviously, with everything he does. But there was one movie he did called 23, which was just a straight up serious role for Jim Carrey, and he knocked it out of the park. So I feel like people are gonna get surprised with Jack Black, and I think it'll work out for him.
Yeah. No, that's dope. Fact, Jack Black and King Kong was serious and he was good. Yeah,
exactly.
That's fire. You want to do the rankings real quick? Just talk about these real quick, because I think people listening will be interested in this, because I know I definitely was. So people in the chat, check this out. We want everyone in the chat to type, how would you rank these four? These are basically the four major components.
And let me throw this out there. People listening back on Spotify and everything else, put it in our comments. Come to YouTube and put it in the comments.
Yeah. Heath Ledger's the greatest Joker of all time, hands down.
Facts.
Side note, the Joker with what's that dude's name?
Which one are you talking about?
The dude from Gladiator. Joaquin Phoenix. Horrible movie. 1 out of 10. Dead facts. Like, I watched it. I fell asleep twice.
Wow. That's a hot take right there. For people to even compare what Heath did to what we're about an hour and 20 minutes in, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I'm embarrassed that people are even comparing. What's funny?
To that Joker. Like, it's embarrassing.
I actually agree with you, and I got so much hate for saying it. Like, people were like, "Oh, you're crazy."
I know you got killed before, and I couldn't speak on it because I never seen. This Joker movie is it's the slowest.
You know what it is? Like, and I agree, it's super slow, and the movie was so and like it wasn't.
I haven't finished the last. I still have 25 minutes left.
Listen, try. The last 25 minutes is the best part of that movie.
Okay.
It's when he's actually Joker. The rest of it,
because I'm to the part where he's not even fully Joker yet. Like, he just got fired, and he's on a train. Like,
it's a sad movie of a dude with mental issues. I get it, but I want to see Joker, and the last 25 minutes gave me that sense where the rest of the movie was just kind of a boring,
I'm actually
drama
looking
to me.
forward. Now that you say that, I'm looking forward to finishing. But
no, yeah, the ending is the best part of that movie.
Okay, so the first hour, to be fair, the first hour and 15 minutes,
it's useless to me.
No, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm like, this is actually, like, I was watching wifey. She's like, can I leave? Like, she just left. She's like, I'm gonna watch something else in the other room. I'm like, no doubt. Anyway, that's a side note. So,
I agree with you.
Chris is like, wow. He's like, wow.
Yeah, he probably has some opinions, but
Real quick. So
let's get to these rankings.
Rank these four. These are four major components in video games. 1, music/soundtrack. Number 2, graphics. 3, story, and 4, gameplay. How do you rank those in order of like importance to you?
I already have a problem with this. So
okay.
I'm just gonna put a story / multiplayer as one category. Because there could be a game that's multiplayer only. Or or like
the problem with this is that there's so many different genres of games, and people were saying on Twitter it depends on the genre, because a JRPG is going to go gameplay story, but a multiplayer is going to go multiplayer graphic, like, you know what I mean? So Spartacus said 4, 1, 2, 3.
1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2.
So gameplay, soundtrack, story, and then graphics. Solid.
Okay. Story. Okay, I'm going story, gameplay, graphics, and then music. Because here's why. Story is the most important thing to me in any video game. I'm a narrative lover. I love story. I don't even care about multiplayer. 2, gameplay. How the game feels is crazy important. And then graphics, because I can play a fun-ass game. Like Rocket League, the graphics are, I mean, it's cool, but like I don't really care about that stuff. And then you have
graphic importance. It depends on the game. Exactly.
Like I'll be honest with you, the graphics messed me up for Ghost of Tsushima, because I was playing it on like a really old television, and it actually messed up the game for me. And then when I started playing it on an HD 4K TV, it made the game that much better. So graphics do come into play. I'll be honest with you, and people will argue with me. I know my brother Jay would argue. Music is irrelevant to me in games. Here's why.
Facts.
I don't even know until somebody points it out to me. Any game I've ever played, if they're like, yo, try, how's the music? I'll be like, I don't know. Because I never hear. I'm so focused on the gameplay, the story, and concentrating on what I'm doing. I don't even hear music. Now, the music does add to the ambiance, but I never hear the music. That's why it's almost irrelevant to me. And some people would put some people I saw on Twitter have music as number 2. Like, they're legit. Like, music is the most important.
Spartacus has it as number 2.
Yeah. Death Stranding is a good example to use. Story was amazing. Graphics were good. Game. Yeah. No, yo, Spartacus. See, that's facts. Like, that's why, and oh my God, this is perfect. This is why Death Stranding for me, it was like I was so angry, and you could ask, I was so angry when I finished it, because it was the best, worst game I've ever played. Like, I love the story, but the gameplay was so like, you would climb up a snowy mountain, and fall down for like 5 minutes. The gameplay was so, but see, that's the thing that's important.
I fell asleep watching you play it. Like, it was just, that game was so terrible.
No, it was, but it was also so good because the story was good. The music, the graphics.
Bro, when 80% of the game is walking and 20% of the game is cutscenes, I'm done. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. No, and Spartacus said, play Shadow Colossus and tell me the music doesn't matter. No, here's what I'll tell you. You have a point, because when I played Ghost of Tsushima, on those fights, on the duels where you had to fight 1v1, and like the guy took his sword out and you can hear the music and the wind in the background, like
the music like amplifies
it amplifies
the whole fight
a
or
game.
anything.
Yeah, like music can amplify a game, but if the music wasn't there, to me, it wouldn't ruin it.
Yeah.
But like you said, like if you but like you said, if music can absolutely enhance, but like for me, if the music was gone, it wouldn't actually take away anything from the game. But that's why I put the gameplay. If the gameplay is not there, out of these four, story and gameplay are the only two things that can ruin a game. Because if graphics and music aren't there, if the story and gameplay are amazing, the game can be good to me. But if the story's trash or the gameplay is trash, the game is dead on arrival. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'll just say this. I would probably go gameplay, story, graphics, and soundtrack. Yeah. And soundtrack I'm gonna put last, but I don't think it's irrelevant like you're saying.
It's not irrelevant. Listen, what I'm saying is, if it's not there, it doesn't destroy the game.
I get it.
It can only add to it, is my point.
No, I get it. And to like what I'm saying is, if the soundtrack is good, to me, the soundtrack being good is me noticing the soundtrack. If I'm playing the game and all of a sudden I'm like, yo, this fight seems crazy because, yo, this music is nuts and this and that. Like, if I can notice it, then it's like, it's nuts. Because in, God, what's that game? I just played it, or Dante's in it. Oh my God, bro, I'm going nuts.
Dante's Inferno?
No, something 5. Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry.
I brain fart.
No, you're good.
Devil May Cry 5 had insanely good music. I felt like I was rocking out the whole game, you know?
Yeah.
It was so good. But here's another thing though. A lot of the times, because I stream a lot of the story games, I turn the music off so it's not drowning out my voice or gameplay sound effects and stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of times I'm lowering the music, or sometimes I'm just turning it off. Yeah. So music to me is the least important, although I can recognize it can affect a game and change it for the better or worse, I guess. Yeah. Story is probably my third least important. Or no, what did I say? That was my second?
Yeah, you said gameplay, story, then graphics.
Gameplay, story,
I almost feel like
I'm probably gonna go graphics then story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gameplay is number one. It's gotta be.
But the gameplay is all the multiplayer is gameplay entirely. Like a multiplayer game is all gameplay. Like I feel like, you know.
Yeah. No, agreed. But at the same time, in a story mode game, like for me, like Last of Us 1, for example, the gameplay was good, but it had its faults. Where Last of Us 2, I feel like the gameplay fixed the faults of the first one, and it made the game way better than the first one.
100%.
Gameplay is so important. It's the biggest important because it can mask the issues of the other 4 or the other 3 rankings or whatever. But graphics, the game's got to look good, in like with the exception of Rocket League and Fortnite and these cartoons.
What about a 2D platformer? Like some of the great the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out was one of the greatest games we ever played. Like And the graphics, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can't really argue that because the graphics.
For like a 2D platformer, and this is a game I actually want to play because I keep hearing how awesome it is. Ori, Will of the Wisp, or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
I
keep
heard that
hearing
game
great
was
things
super good.
about it, and it's a 2D platform, and apparently it has great graphics for being 2D.
Damn.
Yeah, so and
Oh,
like,
that's
but like we're in the era where if you're not a cartoon, if you're not an animated cartoon kind of game like art design, and you're
yeah,
going for realism, the graphics need to be fire because
yeah,
we're in the age where our graphic cards and the PCs are insane.
yeah. No,
The graphic
100%.
cards and the consoles are insane. Like every console's a mini PC at this point.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
If
That's a
you
fact. I
can't
think.
deliver a banging graphical game
Yeah,
with the hardware that we have nowadays, it's a fail. Like that's just a
yeah,
fail in my eyes. Um,
yeah,
and then story's my third one, only because I can still have fun and claim a story's trash.
yeah,
um, and at the same time, like Call of Duty, for example, I'm playing Call of Duty for the multiplayer, but I enjoy the story. So that's where the story takes a backseat to the multiplayer. And the
yeah,
multiplayer is what keeps me coming back to the game. So to me, story, if it's a story only game, it needs to. I'm hoping it's a dope story, but as long as I have fun with it, it's not as important. You know what I'm saying?
I'll actually, I'll actually, I would probably actually switch that story gameplay. Although, for me, it's like nah, because if this, I will. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep it because if the
Yo, your
story
your
is
your rankings locked in, bro.
if the story is fire, even if the gameplay is wonky, I'll actually still play it.
Yeah,
And that's my thing. Like even I'm trying to think of a game where it was like that, but like if the story I'm a sucker for a good story, bro. Like if you get like yo, Edith Finch, that gameplay was cheeks, bruh. But
yeah,
the story, yo, no bullshit.
I get it.
Edith Finch, the story was kind of cool, like, and that's what kept me playing that, man. But
But that's the thing. Like, there's with these specific four categories,
yeah,
one of them can help you. I would say, like, all right, the music is probably not going to carry you through a whole game, although it
yeah,
might help you have fun with it. The other three categories, it could help you get through a game. It can take
yeah,
on it can backpack the other categories. Like, don't worry about it, I got this one. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, that's true. It's
Like if
it's
the
it's true.
gameplay is fire, story and graphics are less important, or vice versa. If the story's
Yeah,
fire, it won't matter.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, 100%. I think, yeah, like you said, I think those three are actually interchangeable for the top three, depending on the genre of the game.
Yeah,
100%. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling because we got about 11 left here. Division 2 getting a content update.
yeah.
Um,
I'll take this over real quick.
all right.
Um, apparently, Division Two. I haven't. And I love Division. I love Division Two. I haven't been playing it. I've been kind of pissed off that they never added the survival mode. But
Oh yeah.
apparently they put out a statement saying that they were no longer going to update the Division 2, which I didn't know about because I don't follow the game anymore. And then I guess they went back on it because of some backlash or whatever and put out another statement saying, don't worry, this year we have new content coming out.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be their last content, I think was what it was saying. So if I'm a Division 2 player, I'm excited that new stuff is coming to the game, but at the same time, and without an announcement of Division 3, I don't remember hearing anything about a Division 3. We could
Yeah.
be at the end of the Division series, which is kind of
Damn.
sad because I feel like there's still more story to tell in this type of world, especially with everything going on in real life at the moment.
Oh my
It
God.
kind of it kind of
Yeah.
mirrors what's happening, but
Hell yeah.
I think I think we're either going to get Division 3 later or we're never going to get it, because the developers shifting their gears to Star Wars, because they're making their Division style Star Wars game. So I'm excited for that. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
interesting
fine.
to see Division 2 dying a slow death at this point.
Yeah. That sucks. The Division's good.
Real quick, CD Projekt Red is getting hammered. If everyone remembers, they got hacked a little while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. But apparently, the people that hacked them are ready to auction all the stolen source code for the game. I don't even know what to say. These guys are taking L's all over the place.
Yeah, they might as well shut it down, Chief.
You know what's crazy though? I still can't wait to play that game. It's on my list. I have it.
I low key want to play it too, even though I'm for the gamers.
Yeah,
I'm ready to riot. But
don't play it on console because that shit is trash, my guy.
Nah, that shit is trash. You can't even get it on PS4 anymore.
Yeah, and if you do, they're not returning it.
That's a fact.
All right, let's get into quickly some Microsoft news. The Medium, I haven't played it yet, but on Metacritic, it looks fire. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, but
I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. But I'm also hearing like there's like out of those 4 topics, there's like I heard 3 of them or 2. Like 2.5 of them are really good, and then the other 1.5. Like I heard it's like a 70 score of 75. Like it has 3/4 of the game is amazing, and then there's this one component. I don't know if it's the graphics or if it's like the gameplay.
I feel like the graphics are probably good, and the story is probably good. I'm gonna assume if it's me out of those 4, it's I think the soundtrack's probably bad, and the gameplay is probably choppy or something.
Yeah, because it's dual screen the entire time, and I feel like
because you're dealing with your split personality apparently.
Yeah, no, I know, and I feel like the gameplay definitely is gonna suffer, especially when people are used to like fluid motion gameplay.
Yeah,
and I think they didn't really focus on it for this. But like again, I'm talking out of my ass because I haven't played.
It's on my list as well because of Game Pass. Shout out to Game Pass. But it got a 7. It's a 7. Yeah, it's a 76 on Metacritic right now, which is respectable. A 7.3 for users. But what's interesting to me is it's only a 71 on Xbox. Like, what happened on Xbox? Why did it take a 5-point dip on Xbox?
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to play that. And Halo 3 is getting a new map like 20 years later, apparently.
Damn.
They decided to build a new map for Halo 3. I don't get it, but hey, I got the Master Chief Collection, so I guess I'll play it at some point.
Real quick, moving on to Nintendo. I'll just wrap this up quickly. 4 new game releases. They're coming out with a new Tetris, a new Mario, a new Zelda. Actually, they're not. They're coming out with 4 new games, all ports. SnowRunner, Secret Neighbor, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and Tales from the Borderlands. Here's a problem, Nintendo. You guys have been out for 4 years. You've made 4 games worth playing. So all these new ports, like
Nintendo Switch is the worst console launch for Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm lying. Nintendo Wii U is the worst one, and then the Switch.
The Wii U.
Then the Switch. Yeah.
So Nintendo, you guys got to do better because that's
facts.
Coming out with ports in 2021 is not it.
And up your graphics, idiots.
Yeah, that 720p though.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, I was interested in this. These PS5 controllers are drifting.
Yes. So I'm moving on to Sony real quick. The PS5 controls are apparently drifting. You don't even have to touch the controller, and people are reporting that your gun cursor or whatever, your camera angle, everything just starts drifting to the right and up and down.
Oh, that's horrible.
There's a lot of dead zone apparently, and people are having a hard time getting repairs because Sony is so backed up with trying to get console orders out. They don't have you're battling bots to buy a PlayStation 5. You're also battling bots to get a representative on the phone so
See,
you can
and this,
get a
I'm
repair.
done.
Yeah, so you can get a repair for your controller, and apparently you
Not
got
to
to
be
pay
the
for
dead
it.
horse. This is why you don't buy day one new shit, new tech,
With that being
day.
said, no, I agree with you. With that being said, I haven't had that issue yet, knock on wood. But I'm not playing it every day like probably some of these people. They're probably
Nah,
beating
that's
the
what,
crap out of their
and that's the thing.
controllers.
Granted, you got lucky. Shout out to you for sure. But like, imagine all the BS you went through to get the PS5, and then the controller's fucking broken.
Yeah,
Like,
no. Yeah,
like
no, that
you
would
would be
piss me
irritated.
off. Yeah, for sure.
That's wild.
So hopefully people can get their controllers fixed, and I think they should be coming out with a patch of some sort that can help correct that controller issue, to not let it drift so much. But we'll see what
Damn.
happens. That's a pretty big L for PlayStation 5
Yeah,
early
that
on.
is.
Destruction All Stars. I said a lot about it last time. But it's getting a 5.3 with user score and a 63 from
Yeah,
Metacritic.
that ain't it.
Yeah, the game.
I mean, it's a free game, but still.
In my video that I made about it, I gave it a 5.6, and that was before I've seen this rating. So I was kind of
Wow,
right
you're
on
dead
par.
on. Yeah.
I was kind of right on par with this.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean the game's fun ish. It looks good, but it misses the mark on a lot of points.
Damn.
Yep.
That's crazy. Last thing, the freaking PlayStation wrap up. First of all, it dropped like February 11th or 12th. That says to me they weren't planning on doing it because of whatever, the pandemic or the fact that
Unprepared.
they just released a new console. They weren't prepared to do it. People kept. I'm one of those people hit them on Twitter like, "Yo, what's that wrap up?" It's something I look forward. Me and Sai look forward to every year. We talk about it on the cast. We're not even talking about it this year because they literally bullshitted the entire wrap up. They said that my primary gaming was Saturday evening. Number one, I don't play games on Saturdays. Number two,
That's a
I
fact. I can
never,
confirm that. He's
that's
never on a Saturday. Never.
I've never on a Saturday. Also, I have kids, so I don't play at fucking dinner time, buddy. It said Saturday evening was my primary time. They also said my dad played 364 days out of the year. He was like, yeah, I took a vacation for a week. So yeah. So they basically bullshitted all the numbers. And then the way you know how they threw the towel in, they started Xboxing shit. They started telling you how many people killed people in Ghost of Tsushima. 8 million people were killed in Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
Yeah,
don't
they
tell
were
me
throwing you
that.
stats that like you don't care. Like
Yeah.
you don't care about.
Yeah, they just threw that shit in like, ooh, they gonna like this one. Like they
Like
basically
they could have
came up.
at least showed you where you ranked in that stat.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
people
Like how
killed,
many,
a million enemies in Ghosts. You
yeah,
ranked
like how many did you kill?
53rd,
Like, yeah, exactly. They literally half-assed it because
Yeah.
they weren't gonna come out with it, and then they just did it at the end. Like, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I was
It was,
looking through this thing and I'm like, this is complete garbage. Because I think it said that my biggest day was Saturday too,
yeah.
which is completely false.
Everybody biggest day was Saturday.
Right?
That's
Like, come on.
that default Saturday evening, buddy. Like, come on,
Right?
man.
Like, come on, bro. And then I don't know. The hours that they were saying kind of didn't match up, and they
Hell
were
nah.
just giving me random thoughts. It was a complete shit show, and
Yeah,
they need to do
100%.
better for next year because it's something that literally everybody looks forward to every year.
Everybody posts stuff from it.
How
And it's
many
like, come
times? Because
on.
I feel like this happened last year. They were late. They were late with it, but then they put out a proper wrap up. But they were late
Yeah,
with it,
yeah,
And
yeah.
people
No,
were
it was.
like, "Where's the wrap up? Where's the wrap up?" And that happened again this year. So it's not
Yeah,
like they don't know people want it. They know. They're just not
yeah, no,
delivering.
they do. They do. They
Yeah,
just.
it's crazy.
I mean, they're probably backed up because I feel like they got backed up with PS5. Let's be honest. I mean, don't make excuses for them. Don't put out the wrap up, but
Right, right.
or put out like one aspect of it, so that people will like leave you alone.
Yep.
Don't put out trash.
Agreed.
You know. Free this month, Control and Destruction All Stars. Also, Concrete Genie on PS4. So I heard the game was kind of fun. And yeah, that's about it. So, Sai, you want to hit him with that outro, my guy?
Yeah. You can find me at twitter.com/scythex_, twitch.tv/scythex, and coming soon there will be a channel that you can follow me on that I can't say too much about yet, but it is coming. Big things are coming, and stay tuned.
Hey, there it is. Yo, real quick, shout out to Matt Cherne or Matt Cherne. He's the one, we use his beats at the beginning of our pod. You can check out his link in the description. Also, shout out to Lance Riddick, I believe is his name. He plays
good point
on Destiny.
Yes, and Commander Zavala.
Yeah, hell yeah. And he just hit 100K followers on Twitter, on social media. So I don't know if it's Twitter.
He was also in Horizon. Yep.
Yeah, and also in Horizon, and he's from The Wire. He's like a mad good actor.
He's such a good actor.
Tall
he ain't no like, Joel though, buddy.
A very like his distinctive voice, like very distinctive voice. And you can find me on Twitter at Trigon411, twitch.tv / Trigon411, and follow us on Twitter, FNG Podcast _ And
I'm assuming you didn't hear me.
No, I didn't hear you. What you said?
I said he ain't no Joel though.
This man, hey, bro, he ain't trying to have no black characters up in there. But shout out to everybody, man. We're all one race, we're all one people, and let's just love each other and get this championship and Rocket League, my guy.
We're gonna hit that tourney. It's gonna say tournament winner on our names very soon. So stay tuned for that. But shout out to the chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
episode 35, and we out.